next card you have for your past is the Seven of Swords. So yes, often this card, you know this is about, being sneaky or lying or cheating or even stealing, things like that, all of these horrible things. That's actually not really what I'm seeing in this card. I am kind of seeing that. It's a little bit ambiguous. It might be that, it might be a mistake that leads to something. I am seeing that, I am seeing that someone caused problems for you, and maybe even financial problems I'm seeing. This might have been something they did, something that impacted on you financially. It might have impacted on you directly or indirectly, but it did impact on you in that way. It might have caused you to lose money, or it might have kind of messed something up financially for you, something like that. Yes, it could have been something that was kind of careless or something that was very thoughtless. It might have been a mistake or something like that. It might not have been. I can't quite see. That's why it's something that this person did. They impacted on you, probably financially. It may have been a mistake. It may have not been a mistake. Even if it was a mistake, it still meant that this person wasn't considering you, or that they weren't thinking about you or taking you into consideration. That's what I'm seeing. So it was still something that they did that wasn't good on their part, whether it was a mistake or not. That's what I'm seeing. And yes, they weren't just thinking about you. They just weren't considering how their actions, or it might have been their non-actions, would impact on you. So yes, again, I can't quite see whether this was deliberate or not, but this is something that happened because of this person's, something they did, something they said, one of their actions, or it might have been something they didn't do. So you might have had to kind of run around fixing up all of these problems. And I'm seeing you doing them yourself. I'm not seeing that they were even helping or doing anything about this. It was you running around solving everything. And I'm seeing that maybe you ended up solving this, whatever this is, or maybe you ended up kind of making some kind of progress with this. But, it was very, very stressful trying to solve all of this problem. And the biggest stress you have was, obviously it was very stressful doing this, but the other big stress you had was thinking that how could this person let this happen? So you were stressed around that, and that made you kind of rethink them as well. Rethink, do they really care about me? How could they do this? How could they be so thoughtless? Or it might have been, why did they do this? How could they do this? And you shouldn't have even have had to think about this, let alone deal with all of this and try and solve this problem. That's what I'm seeing. So the next card you have, sorry if I sound angry, I'm feeling angry when I see this. The next card you have for your past is Justice. So yes, you might have had to kind of, you were trying to solve this problem. I'm still seeing that. You're trying to battle this on your own, feeling very emotionally drained, as well as kind of physically drained by this. This was a great big problem. And I'm seeing that you probably had to involve some other people in this as well. And this could have been even a bit embarrassing for you to have to involve other people on top of all of this stress that you already had. I'm just getting this feeling that, you really didn't want to involve other people. I'm seeing that because it was very embarrassing that other people kind of saw whatever this situation was. But you had to do this. It was something you had to do for some reason. You needed someone's help, or you needed someone to do something practically for you. So they had to know what this was to be able to do this. And excuse me, I'm also seeing that this person who made this really, really bad mistake or thoughtless mistake or whatever this was, they could have tried to not exactly hide it from you, but keep this quiet, or maybe they were minimizing it, or they were kind of making it seem not as bad as it actually was. They might have been embarrassed, they might have been ashamed about what this was. This card can be about, I don't like to use the word karma, but that's the only word I can think of to describe this situation, because I'm seeing someone was trying to hide this. This person was trying to hide this or minimize it or kind of make light of it or say, oh, it was really nothing, or kind of pretend it wasn't so bad or something like that. And then what happened was this came to light and you found out. And then they were found out. So it was like, they were trying to kind of hide this and then it came back to them. They were found out. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have for your past is the Moon. So yeah, secrets again. I'm seeing, so they were hiding something. I'm seeing secrets in this card. And whatever this was had a huge impact on you, and a huge impact with your relationship with this person, between you and this person. I'm also seeing defensiveness around this card when I look at this card. Obviously, you were questioning this person, and of course you were. Of course you had to question them. Of course you were upset. Of course you had to find things out. You had to ask them questions. So they saw this questioning as being quite kind of unnecessary, angry even, or even nagging. They might have said, "Why are you asking me all these questions?" They sound very like a child, really. It's like they've done something wrong. You need to get to the bottom of this. You're asking them questions, and they're saying, "Oh, stop nagging, stop asking me questions." It's that kind of thing, this is really irritating me. I'm sorry. So yes, I'm seeing this because I'm looking at this dog barking and this wolf howling on either side of this path. You were justified in questioning this person, asking them questions, but that's how you sounded to them. You sounded like you were barking or howling, and they could hear this ruff, 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 or wah, and they really just were like, "Oh, why is this person asking me these questions? Why don't they just leave me alone?" So really, this is showing me again that they still weren't realizing how important this was, which is making me angry, so we'll move on. The first card you have for your present is the Knight of Swords. So this problem is probably still something that you're still working through. So you haven't quite resolved this yet. You're really rushing to get through this. You need to resolve this. It might be time sensitive. It might be something, because I am seeing it has something to do with finances. So it might have something to do with paying something on time, or trying to call people on time before some terrible disaster happens, or trying to do something. I am seeing you getting through this. You're getting through the practicalities of this. You're getting through the practicalities of this. I can't say the word practicalities. You're getting through this quite quickly, the practical things, the things you have to do. But yes, you're pushing this very quickly, like this knight. He's rushing. But you're not getting over the emotional impact of this quickly. Of course you're not, because that's the other layer of this that's really upsetting you and really bothering you. You're trying to put the emotional things to one side while you actually solve the practicalities of this, because you don't want your emotions to get in the way while you have to kind of fill your head with all of these things and just be like, I have this list, I have to do this and this and this. That's the kind of thing I'm seeing around this. Excuse me. And I'm seeing you using your words to solve this situation quite a lot. When I see swords, I see words quite often. So you might be on the phone a lot trying to sort this out, but you're doing this quickly. I'm seeing that you're moving through the practical problems of this quite quickly. The next card you have for your present is the Two of Cups. Yes, so sometimes this card can be about a lot of different things. The most obvious meaning can be love, or meeting a new person in love, or something like that. I'm seeing this is about healing. That's what's standing out to me in this card. Healing through talking. There's a caduceus in between these two cups. Now, sometimes this can represent connection. It can represent a very close connection. It can represent an exchange of ideas, an exchange of love, all of these kinds of things. It can also represent health and healing. Health and healing is actually a newer representation of this. It used to represent an exchange of ideas, and then since then it was used after that, probably after these cards were developed, it was used for health, healing. If you look at pharmacies, you see this caduceus, and you often see snakes, and sometimes in hospitals, things like that. So what I'm seeing is a conversation. Someone was listening to you. You were speaking to someone. They were advising you or helping you. It was more than just someone advising or helping you. I'm seeing the conversations that you're having with this person. They help you, but they don't just help you. It's like you come away from this person and this conversation feeling very positive, And it's almost as if you can take on anything when you come away. It's one of these people who really lift you up and help you. So they're healing you. This person is healing you. And yes, lifting you up and helping you. Because again, if you look at the woman on this card, she has a wreath in her hair, which is a laurel wreath. And when you look at the laurel wreath, you see this in other cards as well. One of them is the World card. So it means victory, it means positivity. So that's how you came out of this conversation. Victorious, positive, feeling a lot better about yourself, even though you're still going through all of this stress. I'm also seeing you connect with this person, this friend, whoever this is, on a very deep level. I'm not seeing this. I am seeing healing, but it might not be a counselling session, but it felt like a counselling session. It felt like, you came away from this, or you're coming away from this feeling very almost healed and more positive. So if this resonates with you, hold on to whoever this person is. This person is a very, very, very special person for you, a very, very good person to have around you, especially when you're going through stressful things. This is the sort of person who lifts you up, lifts you out of things. That's what I'm seeing. The last card you have for your present is, yes, the Tower. Yes. Okay. I'm actually seeing with this Tower, I'm seeing more information coming to light about this person in the Seven of Swords. You thought this was over. You thought you knew everything there was to know, and you thought you're in control of things. You're kind of fixing things, working through these things. But what I'm seeing with this Tower is that more secrets are coming out, more things are coming out. And this is just going to be the final straw for you. It's like, you were fixing what you could, trying to hold this Tower up, do what you could with it. But then there's going to be, or there already is, this is in your present, a final revelation. A final thing is going to come out. And you're not going to salvage this anymore. You're going to just salvage what you can for yourself and walk away. That's what I'm seeing. You're just going to walk away from this. You can't hold on to something. You can't hold up this Tower without any foundations onto it. And if it's built on lies, built on things someone isn't telling you, which they weren't telling you and now they are telling you, or you're finding out in some other way, but it's coming out, you cannot hold up something that's built on nothing. So yes, you can't continue trying to fix things. And especially if a lot of information is being hidden from you. And I think, you're already exhausted, fed up, really upset with this person, thinking, I don't know if I'm going to last with this person, but I'll deal with that later. I just have to deal with these practical things. But now with these other things that are coming out, I think you're just thinking, I'm just going to get out of this. That's what I'm seeing in the Tower. So yes, if this resonates, I'm very sorry. That's what I'm seeing. The first card you have for your future is the Four of Pentacles. So yes, you could be finding that, now, yes, what you thought was a thoughtless action, or what you thought might have been a mistake, was not. It's a lot more than that. And that's probably why I was really confused in the Seven of Swords. I was thinking, I couldn't quite work out whether this was a mistake or not. And now it's coming out that you thought it was, and probably this person was giving you the impression that it was a mistake and it actually wasn't, or that it was a lot worse than it actually was and they weren't telling you. It was something like that. Excuse me. And then this was coming out in the Tower. So you're probably still going to be in some shock at this time. I'm just seeing you retreating into yourself, just wanting to be by yourself, protecting yourself, protecting your heart, protecting your feelings, like the man in this card who's covering his heart with this coin. And again, I'm seeing there's some financial thing around this, again, some financial issue around this, because, there are coins in this card. But this is not just about protecting your money, because I think at the Seven of Swords, when you're running around fixing this all the way through, it was like you were trying to fix the problem around something financial or something like that. And now you're not just protecting your finances, you're protecting your heart now. And I'm seeing that you are going to try and unravel yourself from all of this great big messy problem. eventually, but at this time you're not ready to even do that. You're just going to be retreating, going into yourself, sitting by yourself, reflecting on everything, trying to process it all. And then after that, you're going to start to make some plans as to how you're going to progress and get away from this. But at this time, you're really just processing this whole thing. The next card you have for your future is the Page of Cups. So, yeah, I'm feeling really annoyed by this card, actually. Yes, you're still going to be working out what you're going to do about this for yourself, only for yourself. But yes, this is why I'm getting annoyed. I'll tell you why. This person who did this, they're still not going to be understanding how serious this is and how huge this is and what a huge impact this is making on you. This person might be thinking at this time, you know, because I'm seeing this, they're thinking, oh, this isn't that bad. This isn't that bad. I think I can talk them around. They'll come around again. You know, this is okay. It's not okay. This is extremely serious. When you have the Tower, there's nothing more serious than the Tower falling down. And once the Tower falls down, that's it. There's no going back. Nothing that they're going to say is going to make any difference. Nothing that they're going to do is going to make any difference to you. That's what I'm seeing. And look at this page. He's not serious. He's thinking, oh, that's okay. Ha, ha, ha. That's why this makes me angry. So I'm going to move on from this card. The last card you have for your future is the Magician. So yes, I'm really, really glad you have this card. You're definitely going to get yourself out of this. You're going to move on to better things. You're going to manifest better things for yourself at some time in your future. But at this time, you're probably still retreating. You're probably still planning. You're thinking about how you're going to do all of this. You are going to get into a better situation, definitely. But it's going to take time. This is a lot to process. This is huge. When you have the Tower, this is a huge moment, and it's something that really catches you unawares. I mean, this is a lightning bolt hitting this Tower. This is something that comes kind of out of nowhere, and you know, you're still going to be in shock for a while. But you are going to eventually get yourself out of this. It is going to take time. This is such a huge thing. I'm also seeing in this card that, you know, you really should go and talk to this person in the Two of Cups, because I'm seeing that they're going to really have some really good advice for you. They're going to help you, and also just for the point of feeling a bit better, just to see someone that's going to lift you up and help you to feel a lot better. You really should go and speak to this person. That's what I'm seeing, because I'm seeing I'm seeing parallels in this as well, because if you look at the Two of Cups, the man on this card has flowers, and I'm looking at these roses in the Magician. So they're probably going to give you practical advice as well to help you manifest your way out of this situation and into a much better one. But the most important thing is they're going to be there for you, and they're going to help you, they're going to lift you up and help you to feel a lot better. So that's what I'm seeing.